What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David, your spiritual awakening coach, here to help you through your spiritual awakening. I receive a lot of questions on the topic of starseeds. What is a starseed? How do I know if I'm a starseed? Why does it even matter if someone is a starseed or not? So, as someone that identifies as a starseed, I should have made a video about this a long time ago, because there's definitely a lot of us, and many people may not even be aware that they are a starseed. So to the unawakened starseed, a lot of what they're going through in life and some of the gifts that they possess, they may look at them as a curse if they're unaware of why they're different and the importance behind that. So let's dig into the topic of starseeds so that you can get some clarity on what you may be experiencing, which will give you a greater understanding of realizing that it's all a part of the plan. Right now, let's go. So what is a starseed? A starseed is a soul whose origin is not from the Earth. So a completely different planet, galaxy, solar system, or dimensional plane that has incarnated on Earth to help the planet transcend into higher states of consciousness. Higher states of consciousness is in alignment with love. Love is a very high vibration. So starseeds are high vibrational people that have incarnated to help transmute energy that is out of alignment with love into energy that is in alignment with love for themselves and for all with whom they come in contact. Now, that's not to say that all starseeds are high vibrational people. In fact, before a starseed goes through what's known as a starseed awakening and steps into their role and purpose as a starseed, they may feel anything but high vibrational. However, those high vibrational codes of deep wisdom, starseed gifts and abilities, their healing powers lie within their spiritual DNA, waiting to be activated through the starseed awakening or starseed activation. Now, I want to give a small warning here about the ego, because the ego loves titles so that it can feel special. The ego always wants to be a part of the cool club. Well, I'm a starseed and you're just a common garden variety human. No. You don't need to be a starseed to be spiritual. You don't need to be a starseed to be on the path to higher consciousness and enlightenment. You don't need to be a starseed to spread your light or to be a light worker. But since the mission of a starseed is to help humanity, which is also the same mission as a light worker, you can see why many starseeds are light workers, but it's not necessary. It just means that you don't originally come from the Earth, but that certainly doesn't mean that you can't spread your light and help the Earth. So don't feel less than or not special or like you're missing out if you don't identify as a starseed. It's not necessary to help the planet ascend into higher states of consciousness. So how to tell if you are a starseed? Well, if you have watched other starseed videos, I'm sure you're already familiar with the very broad and general starseed signs, which I will cover in a minute here in case this is your first starseed video. But I wanted to start out with what happened to me personally, because I haven't heard other videos mention this. And so I happened to be watching a light language video. This video was from Activation Vibration. I think the title is just What is Light Language? I'll link that video in the description below. But I had a very visceral and palpable reaction to this video, so much so I had to share it with all of my friends and ask them, hey, do you feel something watching this video? And the feedback that I got from them was very powerful. So I'm watching her channel this light language and I had an emotional reaction, and all of a sudden I got this vision of a benevolent blue female speaking this language. Like I saw the face of this benevolent blue female transposed over the face of the girl in the video. And I started getting this kind of almost like a flashback of where I was a part of like this protective guardian organization, and this benevolent blue female was one of the stops on my route to make sure that she was okay, and then I would go to the next station. And the language that she was speaking was the language that I grew up with all my life in this past life vision, which seemed to be I don't even know how to put a number on it, thousands of years ago or whatever. So I say all of that to say, watch light language videos and see what comes through. Now, Activation Vibration never said what she was channeling, but I believe she was channeling, a cosmic star lineage. So watch that video. I'll put that in the description below. See what comes through, see what resonates. And if that doesn't resonate, look at other light language videos where they are specifically channeling a star lineage and kind of see what comes through. So visions, memories, or flashbacks of different planets or galaxies are a definite sign that you are a starseed. And you can get these visions and flashbacks in meditation as well. Another starseed sign is dreams of extraterrestrial beings in places, especially if there is a message about a mission that you may be on. So when we're sleeping, our subconscious and our soul are not inhibited by the ego. This allows our conscious awareness to align with the higher dimensional planes of the astrals, where you can receive downloads and communication from beings that prefer those higher dimensional planes over the 3D. So many years ago, I had 3 very distinct dreams that I remember every detail about to this day, which makes me think that they were more visitations instead of dreams. But in this one dream in particular, everyone that I come to the planet with, whatever it was, hundreds or thousands of years ago was the concept that I got in the dream. My family, basically, they were all on this spaceship on the ground, but I wasn't in the spaceship. I was standing on the ground, and I'm looking up at them in this spaceship. They haven't taken off yet, and they're going back to wherever we all came from. And they said that I couldn't go. They said that I had to stay because I hadn't completed my mission yet. So it was a very palpable dream, and that dream caused me to do some research, and then that's when I stumbled across this concept of starseeds. So dreams of extraterrestrial beings or places, especially if there is a message about a mission that you may be on, is a definite sign that you are indeed a starseed. Here are the general broader starseed signs that I mentioned earlier. 1, you feel like an outsider to society and even your family. Now, you guys may remember in my last video what are light workers, which you can go watch right here after you watch this video. I'll link it in the description below as well. But in that video, I mentioned that a lot of light workers feel like the black sheep of society and their families, especially when there's a high level of blind conformity to fear and control. So you may be in pain trying to fit in, but it's not until you realize that you're not supposed to fit in that you can actually finally have your starseed awakening. You can't change the crowd if you're a part of the crowd. Ooh, what was that, Dave? I said you can't change the crowd if you are a part of the crowd. Can I get a witness? But the starseed awakening can only happen if you finally stop trying to fit in and stop ignoring that burning sense of purpose to help the planet. Doing so helps to activate starseed DNA, which unlocks all the gifts and talents that you chose to incarnate with, all of which are in alignment with transmuting that denser energy in alignment with fear into higher energy in alignment with love. Another starseed sign is staring at the sky, especially at night, with this feeling of connection, familiarity, and even longing. This is something that I've always done ever since childhood, especially with the moon. I'm like a deer in the headlights when I see the moon for some reason. Another starseed sign is a constant drive for self-improvement and evolution. So you're constantly working on yourself. You have this constant drive for self-improvement and personal development because innately you understand that you're going to need to grow past your fears to fulfill your mission, which is usually teaching others how to overcome their fears, transmuting fear into love, so that they can live in freedom as well. Another starseed sign is feeling like an old soul. So this old soul feeling comes from deep soul wisdom of having lived thousands of previous incarnations on this planet and other planets and galaxies, where you gained the experience of transmuting fear into love. So love is the gateway to higher consciousness. Why? Because love is the dominant frequency of source. Now, at this point, I would like to give what I consider to be a channeled message to any starseeds that are struggling out there. I sat in meditation and asked my star family to come through with any advice for any starseeds. What I got was this. Don't be afraid to let your gifts, talents, and abilities grow and blossom, because they are a part of you that will help assist you with your mission of serving the planet. So, for example, let's say that you are an empath. Don't shy away from being around people because you're scared of taking on their energy. Learn how to block and transmute that energy. Now, if you don't know how to block and transmute energy as an empath, I suggest you check out my video, Empath Empowerment. I'll link that in the description below, so you can learn to block and transmute any energy that you don't want to take on into higher energy. But when you gain the knowledge and experience of transmuting lower energy into higher energy, that allows you to transmute lower 3D vibrational mentalities and limited beliefs into higher frequencies of truth in alignment with freedom, love, and endless possibilities. Likewise, let's say you have the gift of channeling or the gift of seeing the non-physical. Well, don't shy away from that and think you're some kind of a freak or it's a curse. No, these are gifts that you chose to have before you decided to incarnate, because they would help you with your mission to serve the planet. So as a starseed, you have to understand that what you are carrying within you are the gifts and the codes that are needed to unlock higher levels of consciousness in humanity. So if starseeds come from more advanced existences, then that would suggest that starseeds have the codes in their spiritual DNA to transcend fear, which is the biggest barrier to higher consciousness, because higher consciousness is in alignment with love, which is the opposite of fear. Now, what this also means, if you're a struggling starseed, is to not shy away from the dark night of the soul. Yes, do not shy away from the dark night of the soul. So this is the spiritual identity crisis, where your old unawakened starseed identity is fighting for survival against the new identity as an awakened starseed. It's only the awakened starseed that can step into their mission of helping humanity transcend their fears, because they had to learn how to transcend their own fears first. So yes, this means do not shy away from shadow work, starseeds out there. You know who you are. Don't shy away from shadow work. You have to heal that unhealed trauma, that unhealed shadow trauma, so that you can shine brighter and spread more light without having the frequency of unhealed trauma in the vibration that you're giving to others. So also remember, if you're a struggling starseed, that you chose this role before you decided to incarnate, and you wouldn't have chosen a role that you didn't think that you were strong enough to fulfill. There is so much more on the topic of starseeds. I'm definitely planning on doing more videos on this topic to really do it justice. But this video only scratches the surface, but hopefully it's enough to lead you in the right direction if you feel you may be a starseed, or give you some encouragement if you feel that you are a struggling starseed. And now what I want to do is give a list of star lineages or star races so that you can feel which ones resonate. So I don't want you to just listen. I want you to feel this list of star races and see which one gives you some type of a sensation or an emotional charge. If you feel that, that may be your soul remembering. So which star race resonates most with you? Palladian, Sirian, Andromedan, Orion, Lyran, Lemurian, Atlantean, Arcturian. Now, there are many more star lineages beyond this list. Of course, it's an infinite galaxy, but those are the most common ones on Earth. Now it's time for question of the day. What is your star lineage out there, Light Fam? Let us know in the comments below what part of the universe you hail from, Light Fam. If you need a helping hand getting through the dark night of the soul, or doing some shadow work so that you can step into your life purpose, starseed or not, we can work together one-on-one through Zoom. Check the description below for that. I am now offering a 45-day coaching for all of you immediate need gratification types out there. You don't have to do the full 3 months. You can do the 45-day for faster results. And I'm also going to be announcing group coaching at the beginning of next year. So I'm very excited about that. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested in working with me. If you have a question for me, as always, add me over on Instagram _Lightways. I try to answer as many questions as I can over there. Be patient with me. I get a lot of questions. Until next time, I will see my beautiful light family in the next video. Light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Peace, guys.